The YANGO Love Story, created by Obert Treasure, the guy for the courts, Part 1.
This is a story of a seasoned and immensely successful older businessman. During that month, he had allocated all his cash into investments, but this decision didn't provide him with the immediate liquidity until the following week. At his residence, he owned several cars. He made the choice to list one of his vehicles on Yango for a week and naturally assumed the role of the driver. The majority of his investments were set to yield returns after a week, and he was keen to avoid the prospect of scrambling around, subjecting himself to the awkwardness of requesting immediate cash. Furthermore, people held him in high esteem and couldn't envision him ever experiencing lack. Due to this perception, he chose to humble himself and seize the opportunity to earn a substantial amount of money. He was approximately in his 30s. Therefore, he resolved to install the app and initiate the business. On the flip side, there existed a captivating young girl. She was an absolute gem, a breath of fresh air for everyone in her vicinity. As if her qualities weren't abundant, she also happened to be the daughter of an ambassador. This young woman had arrived from a distant continent, accompanying her father and family on their assignment to Africa. Within the community of her own race, her beauty had a heartwarming effect on the people. Each time she walked past anyone, they couldn't resist pausing to admire just how stunning she looked. She possessed long, flowing, dark brown hair. Her side locks were a delight to behold, with the way they framed her face. The intricate way her hair cascaded from her scalp held a certain charm in its delicate details. Her skin had a fine layer of hair, inviting the desire to touch and experience the sensation of what it might be like to feel her presence. She captivated and spellbound the people around her. As a result, she grew aware, as did her parents, that she possessed an extraordinary quality. Everyone desired her. They yearned to possess her. Men were ready to risk it all, even their lives, in order to have this girl. One hindrance for these men was her age. She was just 16 years old. Despite their strong desire to possess her, they found themselves unable to take any action. Their optimal course of action was to admire and exercise patience as they waited for her to mature a bit further. Despite being situated in this country, she adhered to an educational system from abroad. She possessed a studious nature, frequently engrossed in reading and accumulating wealth of knowledge. Her intelligence complemented her physical beauty admirably. One day, feeling the need for a change in scenery, she opted to step away from her usual surroundings. She chose to explore downtown, taking the initiative to summon a taxi for her journey using the YANGO app. Coincidentally, her request was accommodated by the temporarily cashless, prosperous businessman, the older gentleman who had chosen to make his car available on YANGO for precisely 1 week, and 1 week only. The man dialed the lady's number, and to his astonishment, her greeting of hi seemed to carry an emotional wave that flowed through the phone, sending shivers down his body. The older man concerted efforts to compose himself, attempting to mask his sense of unease and not acknowledge the physical reaction that had just occurred within him. However, her voice held a remarkable authority, derived from the beauty and clarity that resonated within it. In reply, the man greeted her with a simple hi. The young woman then inquired, "Is this YANGO?" The older man confirmed, "Indeed it is, my lady. Where are you headed? Where should I pick you up from?" The younger woman made a request, saying, "Could you do me a favor? I was hoping you could help me sneak out, as it's a bit difficult for me to manage alone. What I'm requesting from you involves some risk, but I find myself in a helpless situation." The word no seemed incapable of finding its place within his mouth. He yearned to catch a glimpse of her beauty, and it was evident from her voice that she possessed astonishing charm. The man assured the young lady that he would indeed assist her in her endeavor to sneak out. He positioned himself in a blind spot devoid of CCTV coverage, deliberately selecting an area out of sight. Scaling the wall fence, he perched atop it. Extending his hand, he took hold of hers, gently guiding her down from the wall and successfully aiding her in her descent. They swiftly entered the car and sped away. The young lady changed her destination, redirecting herself from the city market and opting to head towards the mountainous region of Lusaka. Her route led through Chunga and Mandevu, eventually guiding her to the 6 Mile mountain area. Being a nature enthusiast, she embraced this change in direction to immerse herself in the beauty of the outdoors. For about 10 minutes, the man was still shaking inside, unsure of what to say after the young girl expressed her appreciation for the effort he had invested in helping her sneak out. The man found himself speechless as her beauty surpassed his expectations. He was utterly captivated by her appearance, struggling to believe that he was seated next to a goddess. Internally, he felt a pang of disappointment upon realizing that despite her remarkable beauty, she was still quite young.